We are about to experience unprecedented levels of sport washing here in America. Last night, I was talking to my wife about how Trump is going to attend the Super Bowl, and in the same breath, I said, I'm pretty sure he's going to attend the Daytona 500. Not 30 minutes later, I check my phone and see that it's been reported that Trump is planning to attend the Daytona 500. This comes on the heels of the fact that he made a kind of a recording voice message that was used during the college football playoff national championship. Sports washing is using sports to hide something politically or put yourself in better light. We see it with Formula One and some of the countries they visit. We've also seen it with FIFA and the World Cup with some of the hidden atrocities. In many ways, sports washing is a distraction technique, saying, look at me over here and all the things I'm doing and supporting your sports or looking cool or being somebody you would want to hang out with because we have the same interests. When in fact, that's not really what it's about. It's about hiding all of the harm that's going on right now. For example, we see potential ethnic cleansing being planned and talked about openly in Gaza. We see basically concentration camps in Guantanamo Bay being talked about for immigrants. And we see a whole host of executive orders flooding our government right now, pausing federal funding and pausing the things that people need to survive. In these events, Trump will be posturing himself as one of us, somebody who enjoys sports and drinking a beer and enjoying things like NASCAR. And of course, as a NASCAR page, I am really curious about how this is going to go for the Daytona 500. Obviously, he's been there before, 2020 being most recent at the Daytona 500, though he was at a race last year as well. And I find it fascinating for a couple of reasons. One is this book, Faster by Neil Bascom, talks a lot about how Nazi Germany used sports washing throughout its rise to power and prominence. But particularly, this story talks about how they used Mercedes and Grand Prix racing, the precursor to what we know as Formula One today, to build this image of Germany as an economic and industrial power. In the book, it talks about how it was widely embraced by others around, even though they were doing horrible things, particularly to the Jewish people. And one great example is at the Vanderbilt Cup, this huge race that used to happen in the United States. And they were met with glowing response of the Germans and just kind of looking a blind eye to what the Nazis were doing. And Adolf Hitler had a huge role in supporting the Mercedes team and supporting racing in Germany to try and hide what was going on. Most notably, we know about the 1936 Berlin Olympics, which had this total facade of, look, we're not that bad, we're not doing anything bad. They hid a lot of what was going on, kind of cleaned up some of the anti-Semitism and put on this production for the world to say, see, we're not these bad guys everyone says we are. Friends, Daytona 500, Super Bowl, college football championship, expected to be early and often. The Masters, Kentucky Derby, maybe the Indy 500, and any big sporting event you can think of, prepare it to happen over and over again during this presidency. We are hosting the 2026 World Cup next year, along with Mexico and Canada. Expect there to be sports washing. During Trump's presidency, we will be hosting the Olympics in LA. There will be massive sports washing. Watch out for it. It is happening now. Be aware and educate yourself on what's really going on.